Hog Island was where we used to come hunting or come fishing. Me as an elder now, you're getting my stories, huh? We're not going to be here forever. So this is the story now. This is the knowledge and the wisdom. We need to respect our land. I think we should protect it. Pituamkek. Igenis kam Wela'lin gutchirayich migi. Wela'lin gutchinogama emu digana it. Also the mount nigam away. Also mount sit gamo. All someone. Welcome back home on Hog Island, cause all your ancestors are around you. They're all around here, and I can feel their presence.
Hog Island, known in the Mi'kmaq language as Pituamkek, is the largest in a series of islands which stretches over 50 kilometers along the shores of northwestern Prince Edward Island. The area, often referred to as the Sandhills, is made up of Hog Island, Conway Island, and Pituamkek Island. Adjacent islands in Malbec Bay include Bird Island, Curtin Island, Little Curtin Island, and Ram Island. This is one of Prince Edward Island's last wilderness areas. These islands are important for many reasons, including their ecology, rich Mi'kmaq heritage, ancient Mi'kmaq archaeological sites, and unique geology. Home to endangered and rare species and ecosystems, this place has been called one of the biological and natural landscape highlights of Eastern Canada. Old-growth hardwood forests on Hog Island grow close to the shore, with stands of sugar maple and red oak. Many Prince Edward Island Mi'kmaq have a deep connection to the area. Hearing the words Pituamkek, or Hog Island, conjures up images and memories of camping trips with parents or grandparents, or time spent on the land.
I, Neen, Gipton, Jim Bernard, Wedgie, Lennox Island. History has left its mark on the Hog Island. In the background here, you'll notice that there's beautiful scenery of the Seven Sisters. Further down is the island of Hog Island. It's been a place of many stories. They were fishing, hunting, trapping, and all of the stuff to survive. We moved around a lot to keep the land healthy too, because you wore everything down. We often went to the Seven Sisters over here to pick cranberries or blueberries. It would take you no time at all to get a great big pile of cranberries. Me and my dad used to go, especially to fish eels, all right? And I've yet to taste food as good as new potatoes and eels and bread cooked in the sand. Hog Island has brought us through a lot of rough times. Nobody made a lot of money. But If you were to go out to Hog Island and fish oysters, you always had a meal. Hog Island has a burial ground. See, our Mi'kmaq ancestors are lying up there. And that's very important, though, because now it's become a sacred place.
My ancestors lived here a long time. Dad and my brother used to come here and used to go fishing in the dory. They go along the river, nighttime. They have a little light in the end of the dory, and it'll shine in the water, and my father had the eel spear that he made. And all of a sudden, my father would see an eel and he'd dash it in and bring the eel right back out into the boat. So they used to fish here late at night, and you can see different boats, you know, little dories. Different Mi'kmaq families used to come out and fish eels. They lived off the land because along the riverbanks, they used to find wild potatoes, dabadak, and wild peas, and they'd collect all that. And then they'd come back and they'd cook it. And then I can smell the wood burning. And it brings me back to my childhood when I was a little kid. And my mom and my dad and my aunties and my uncles would be along the riverbanks, and fire here and a fire there, and everybody is cooking a big stew. Like we picked mussels, we picked quahawks, and we made a big pot of stew. And my mom used to make bannock.
Archaeological sites discovered on Hog Island and around Milpek Bay show us that the Mi'kmaq have been living here and harvesting the rich marine resources of these waters for thousands of years.
So I'm the provincial archaeologist with the government of PEI, and I've been working in partnership with the Mi'kmaq Confederacy, members of Lennox Island First Nation, then Canadian Museum of Civilization and Parks Canada, and we all did a survey around the whole perimeter of the island looking for evidence of archaeological sites. The Mi'kmaq have taken the initiative to share their knowledge with other islanders. They've attracted scientists from all over the world to come here and study this place. And they have communicated the reasons why it's important for all of us to take an interest in preserving Pituamkek. Archaeology connects all of us to the past in the same way. We all connect with people of thousands of years ago who created the record that we're studying today. For the Mi'kmaq, who descend from the people who lived here, it's a direct contact to their lineage, to their ancestors. This place speaks to them. The Iron Rock Formation is the only igneous outcrop in all of Prince Edward Island. Prince Edward Island is all sandstone. This is extraordinary and represents an event that took place over 200 million years ago when Prince Edward Island was situated in the middle of a supercontinent called Pangaea. This was sort of a precursor to the Pangaea breakup, and molten lava exploded to the surface, spilled out all over the ground, and cooled into the formation that we today know as iron rock. And the Mi'kmaq people, their ancestors, would have been the first human beings ever to see this geological formation.
The combination of features here, the nature, the beauty of the landscape, the ongoing traditions of land use, and the ancient archaeological sites have prompted the PEI First Nations to recognize this place as a Mi'kmaq heritage landscape. The non-Indigenous community also has important history on the Sandhills. The area called Hardy's Channel, for example, was home to a seasonal fishing community on Conway Island for most of the 20th century. The area included fish canneries, dwellings, barns and lighthouses, all now gone. On August 14, 2019, federal and provincial environment ministers, along with the leadership of the Ebekwit Assembly of Councils, announced that Parks Canada, the Prince Edward Island First Nations, and partners would undertake a feasibility study to examine the creation of Pituamkek as a national park reserve. The feasibility study will include consultation with Mi'kmaq communities, stakeholders, and the public. It will also examine ecological, cultural, and economic factors. Based on this input, the study will determine whether creating a Hog Island Sandhills National Park Reserve is feasible, and if so, recommend a path forward.
Lennox Island is my home. I love Lennox Island. I grew up on Sandhills, running bare feet along the beaches and, watching my parents fishing. It's special because it's a natural landscape that's been that way for thousands and thousands of years. And how do we protect this land? Because it belongs to all of us. Not just to Lennox, and not just to Ebekwit. It belongs to all the Mi'kmaq and all Islanders.
Hog Island is a wilderness area in PEI. It also is lived in. It is a cultural landscape, a crown jewel within our country. It is something that is unique. Recognizing and celebrating the connection between people and places is a newer concept within Parks Canada. Most people think of parks as being great wilderness areas. The idea of preserving that really strong link to protection didn't always have that window open for activities and enjoyment and reconnection of people to place.
The economy that can be built from that will have a huge benefit to the community, to Lennox Island, to Mi'kmaq, and to Islanders. There is an economy in protection.
We already have the province of PEI and the Mi'kmaq Confederacy, Islands Nature Trust, and the Nature Conservancy of Canada saying, we want to do this. This is a good idea. this atmosphere of reconciliation and moving forward with Indigenous communities, it is so important to understand where we've each been and where we're going together. We have had this proposal brought to us by the Mi'kmaq.
When I wake up in the morning, I light my smudge. And I take my smudge and I ask Creator to clear my mind, take away the negatives I might have, bring in the good thoughts. Let me see the beauty around me. Creator, Great Spirit, I thank you today for this day. I thank you for being here on Hog Island. It's like coming back home. Creator, look after this land. Look after our land. Look after our trees and our water, our medicines. I ask you to be here. And someday, maybe my grandchildren will be here and their grandchildren. And we will continue using Hog Island for our teachings and our medicines. Imsidnogma, all my relations.